We play and call it work.
Hey MiniWarGamers, and welcome to the first video in the discussion of formations in the Dark Angels Codex.
Yeah.
In this video we're going to talk about the Battle Demi Company, the Deathwing Redemption Force, and the Hammer of Caliban. Then we're going to go into the vault and talk about all the Raven Wing formations. They are the Raven Wing Attack Squadron, the Support Squadron, and the Silent Squadron. But first and foremost, the Battle Demi Company.
Yeah, so this is very similar to the Demi Company and Gladius Company from Space Marines. You're getting objectives secured.
Yep.
Which, I mean, with what you can bring for it, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Like you're basically bringing half a battle company with the Demi Company, right? But it's the fire discipline that's really kind of the neat special rule for this formation, which is Overwatch at, what was it, full ballistic skill.
No, actually,
oh, no, sorry, it's not. Ballistic skill 3, yeah, sorry.
Overwatching
sorry,
on
my apologies, ballistic skill 3. I got a little ahead of myself there. It's close to full ballistic skill. But that in of itself is, it's not a bad little thing.
I think, I had to double check right now, I was about to say it, but they made out better than the Space Marine Battle Demi Company. Less tax, less minimum requirements. The Battle Demi Company for the Dark Angels requires one company master or chaplain. And then it requires 3 tactical squads, 1 assault squad, 1 devastator squad. That's what you require.
So it is a little bit cheaper, yeah.
You don't have to get the assault squad, bike squad, or... Well, that's it. That's one thing you're missing.
Yeah.
Oh, it is one assault squad. Oh, it's lateral. It's the same. Actually,
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that was...
My apologies. I misunderstood that one.
Yeah, okay.
So you have to take an assault squad, and in the Space Marines you take an assault squad
or some other things.
A bike squad or...
Yeah, now the reason that one might be a little bit better is you can be a little bit more points efficient.
Yeah, so maybe this is a little bit more...
but you know what? After everything we've discussed and whatnot, I do think what you're getting does make it a very lateral style move.
I like it. I'm going to definitely use 3 tactical squads. Grav cannons and plasma gun, and fire Overwatch with skill 4. Yeah.
Now, of course, the downside, ballistic skill 3. Don't make my mistake. Now, of course, the downside is that, like a lot of the formations we're starting to see, it is still a bit pricier, especially once you want to start upgrading weapons and bringing more special weapons, or if you want to increase the sizes of squads, right?
You're looking at about 1,000 points to play this one effectively,
and you know that's less points for Raven Wing.
Yeah. It's not like I'm totally gonna use it. You still got your... Oh, sorry. The fire discipline is unless jinking. Overwatch on this skill 3.
Fair enough, but when you look at the units that you're taking, there's nothing that there's nothing jinking there anyway, so it doesn't really matter in that regard. All in all, I mean, for a standard green wing army,
I'm gonna use that, and that only gets better in the Lion's sword or claw formation. We'll talk about that one last.
Yeah.
When the formation that brings everything together, this will be the core of that formation.
Yeah.
And it's good. I like it. It's good.
Yeah, it's not bad. I have no complaints with it. Like, it doesn't jump out and scream, take me every time, but...
Yeah. I'm going to have fun with it. It's going to be a lot of bodies, and like I said, my play style, which is going to be move away and shoot.
Well, I mean, it's 50 Marines, right? Like, that's 50 power armored bodies on the table.
It doesn't have to be. Remember, 5-man minimum.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. That is right. 25 minimum.
Yeah,
and
that's why you can get this effectively for under 1,000 points.
Fair enough. But at that point, you are kind of vulnerable.
Squad, I'm bringing it. It's probably going to be either 2 flamers or the Eviscerator. 5-man squad, and that's the tax. He's going to go get objectives or try to kill vehicles or swarms. The Devastators are going to be a 5-man squad with either 2 or 4 heavy weapons sitting back, and the tactical squad, full squads.
Yep. Well, they're the ones that are going to be capping objectives. So
I mean, the tactical squad that fires Overwatch at good ballistic skill is, in my opinion, from my play style, is the best one. I love that.
Yeah, no, it's good.
But yeah, pretty basic. Next one over, we got the Deathwing Redemption Force. This is the only formation for the Deathwing.
Yeah, and it's so it's got one of the special rules: take the fight to the enemy, and we're starting to see this more and more. Where on the turn a unit deep strikes in, they're going to be able to shoot and run, or run and shoot. And I know a lot of people have sort of referred to this as the Eldar rule and whatnot. Yeah. But I mean, Grey Knights have it with their Nemesis Strike Force.
I didn't know Grey Knights had that. So yeah, so the first turn in, you can scatter if you have a little plasma cannons.
And you know what? I like this. I like that we're seeing this rule come in more and more, because that was one of the biggest vulnerabilities of deep striking armies. that they would come in and they're stuck in this nice little blast template shaped formation. And somebody was just going to come along with a battle cannon or demolisher.
Even just plasma cannon. Or small blast.
Yeah, plasma cannon.
Yeah.
And just ruin your day. So I'm really happy to see these. I don't think that's too terribly, too overpowered or anything like that. It's nice. I like it.
It gives them back their old rule of preferred enemy Chaos Space Marines.
Which is on top of Hatred.
On top of Hatred. So it's not going to help you in the assault phase. Well, the second assault phase.
Rerolling wounds.
It's rerolling the wounds. Yeah, in the secondary assault combat phase.
Yeah, well, because you're essentially getting the preferred enemy, so you're rerolling your wounds of 1.
Yep.
So first turn Hatred, reroll all your
and
hits.
Second turn reroll your ones to hit, and it's a good free buff.
It's an edge over chaos.
It requires you to bring Belial, or a company master, or interrogator, chaplain, or librarian.
I do like that they have that.
That I love. Now Belial is not required for this formation.
Yeah, so you can take a cheaper option.
So Belial right up there. Probably never bring him again. Yeah. Not terrible. He's just not good enough.
Yeah, and when you have the option of the librarian with their fantastic interromancy powers, I mean that's a great little option right there.
2 to 5 Deathwing Terminator squads.
Now that gets pricey because that alone is anywhere from
500 points for 2 of them minimum.
Well, no, because the bare bones they're 200 points.
But you're going to put a heavy weapon on them.
You are, but I'm just saying bare bones. Like if we're looking at things bare bones, that's 400 to 1,000 points right there, right? The Deathwing Command Squad. There's your limitation right there. 0 to 1.
Deathwing Command Squad.
There's your limitation right there. But there's another 200 points right there. So now we're up to a minimum of 600 plus whatever your leader is. Then the Deathwing Knights and the Venerable Dreadnoughts.
If you take a Venerable Dreadnought under restrictions, it says it must be included in the draw pod. And all independent characters in this unit must have Terminator armor. That one's pretty obvious. But if you take the Dreadnought, he has to be in the draw pod. Probably because
I think you'd want to do that anyway.
Because now they have the Deathwing Assault special rule back. The formation gave it to them. All units in this formation must be placed in Deep Strike Reserve. Immediately after determining Warlord traits, make a secret note of which turn you would like each of your Deathwing Redemption Force in your army to arrive. So if you bring multiple Deathwing Redemption Force, one can come on turn 2, one can come on turn 3, or they all come on turn 2 or turn 4.
I don't see why you would ever choose anything but turn 2. To be honest,
it's turn 2, 3, or 4. No option for turn 1.
And that's unfortunate. We missed the turn 1. But here's the thing: with the way the game runs, if you're not bringing these guys in on turn 2, and you're looking at the minimum amount of points you need to run this formation, there's a chance that if you're waiting until turn 3, you could be tabled.
Well, it's more than that. If you bring just this formation, you lost the game. You had no mauls at the end of turn 1. You cannot play with just this formation.
Nope.
Which is a little bit sad.
It is, but I mean, it really seems like this book is pushing the whole element of all the Dark Angels working together.
And the draw pod for the Dreadnought, if you bring him, he comes on the same turn as you note. He ignores the rules for draw pods for when it comes on. He comes on the same turn as the rest of the
it doesn't follow the draw pod assault rules.
I don't like it, but I will use it. Because it might be good. It might be so good with other things in the book.
Yeah, and this is where we start to see one of the strengths of the Ravenwing coming in with the rerollable Jinx saves. It's going to make sure that they stay on the table longer. Otherwise, but of course, then you have the other problem is that with the minimum amount of points you need to run this formation, if you're running Ravenwing in the other part of it, well, you're looking at maybe 500 points of Ravenwing.
You can do this force and a Ravenwing, one of the Ravenwing formations. For under 1,500 points, and it does synergize well.
But how many upgrades are you getting?
It's not super there are other cheesy things you can do, but it's playable, and that's the important thing. It is playable. It's not like you're going to be like, oh, I'm not going to win this game because I brought these.
But therein lies the problem. A lot of these really fun formations, it looks like GW is really pushing the 2,000 point limit.
Yep. Oh, you're absolutely
if not higher.
I agree.
And you know what? You can say all sorts of things. You can say it's because they want to sell more models, they want to make more money, and whatnot. But I think it also just fits the vision they have for the game in the sense of that they want people to represent their armies as they're represented in the fluff.
There's no option for land raiders in this formation. So they all have to deep strike on, which kind of makes sense, I guess. But that's them. Now, we have the the Hammer of Caliban. It is similar but different than the Space Marine one. It's the Tech Marine and one Land Raider of any choice you want, Crusader, Redeemer.
Actually, I just want to go back to the comment you made about the Deathwing Assault there. What if you were to take the Land Raider as a dedicated transport?
I believe it said something to the effect. All units in this formation must be placed in Deep Strike Reserve. You can't go in Deep Strike Reserve with these.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I did not catch that part before.
I mean, if you could Deep Strike a Land Raider...
What are we?
I'm in!
What are we, Blood Angels here?
Just have it slowly drop down, flame a unit, and then ram it. Yeah, no, unfortunately, no dice.
Okay. I just wanted to ask about that because I didn't catch that. So
Hammer of Caliban. 1 Tech Marine, 1 Land Raider Crusader, or Land Raider Redeemer, and 1 unit from either a Squadron of Predators, a Squadron of Whirlwinds, or a Squadron of Vindicators. Restrictions, whichever unit you choose, the Predators, Vindicators, or Whirlwind, must include 3 models. Probably Whirlwinds are nice and cheap, but any of them will work.
Vindicators is a nice option as well. I mean, I think you're getting up to the 300-point mark or around there, or just over there.
No, a little more now. I think you're closer to 4, so I think you're 360, I think?
360, 375, something like that. I mean, the Vindicator is nice because you're going to get that big apocalyptic-sized blast, right?
360.
Yeah, 360.
That's without siege shields, which you got to buy. So you're looking at 390.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh no! Then you have to buy storm bolters, so you don't have 50 chance of saving your big cannon. So now you're at 405.
Oh, you don't have to buy storm bolters.
Would you use a Vindicator with a storm bolter and a siege shield?
I mean, armor 13 right off the bat. I mean, it's like only a certain subsect of weapons are going to be getting through and doing anything to them.
You're not wrong.
I'm just saying. I mean, there are what you can.
Can do for as cheap as 360.
Yeah.
Special rules you get for the formation are Monster Hunter and Tank Hunters. You also get Might of the Lion and Hammer of the Heretics. Might of the Lion is all vehicles in this formation must form a single squadron. The squadron counts as 2 victory points for purposes of if completely destroyed. So you get 2 instead of 1 for destroying a squadron, which I think is fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be worth 3 in my opinion, but it's worth 2. Hammer of Heretics. The formation's Tech Marine must begin the game embarked upon the Land Raider, or the Land Raider Crusader, or the Land Raider Redeemer. While the Tech Marine from this formation is embarked upon the transport,
the Land Raider has Ballistic Skill 5.
That's it.
Yeah. It's...
I'm not paying for a Tech Marine to put him inside a Land Raider to give him...
Well, it's like we discussed earlier. When was the last time you saw a Land Raider just shoot up your army, right? And that's just it. Like, it's...
Like, everything's Twin Link from Land Raider anyway. I don't see the value of that whatsoever, other than getting Monster Hunter and Tank Hunter. Like, for...
But even that, it's not... There's better formations.
There's the only formation of vehicles. Well, no, non-Ravenwing vehicles.
Yeah, that is true. But, I mean, I don't know. I
don't see it as wow.
But at the same time, I don't see it as that formation you're going to want to be putting into things, right? It's not terrible, but it's not great. I don't want to bring a Land
Raider whose job isn't to transport something.
No, exactly. That is
it's too expensive for a gunboat.
Yeah, it's an expensive gunboat at that point, and just
don't see the value of this formation.
Nope, not in the least.
That's it. Those are the 3 basic formations: the Deathwing, because they only had 1; the Demi Company, because it's pretty good; and the Hammer of Caliban, not so great. But next video, we're going to the vault right now. We're going to talk about the 3 Ravenwing formations. I think they shine a lot more.
Yeah.
If you're already a Vault member, you can click the links below and get yourself that 7-day free trial to watch that next video.
Check out the 7-day free trial. There's lots of content in there. Obviously, we pair all our reviews with Vault content, not to mention all our other battle reports as well. So anytime we do one battle report, there's another one in there. And then other
behind the scenes,
Quark in a box. Amongst other things like open vaults and stuff like that. So there's lots of great stuff in there. Check it out. 7 days. We'd love to see you guys stick around because it is for you guys that we're doing all this, and it's your involvement, your feedback, your engagement that allow us to do all this. First off, and you know what? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to do this for you guys as well. So definitely check it out, and hopefully we keep seeing you after that 7 days.
And comment below because I want to know your opinions on these formations.
Yes, definitely.
Happy wargaming, guys.